good afternoon on this Saturday as we hope you'll join in on the world of showbiz according to Trendz on the SABC News Channel with me, Refilwe Moiloa. It is Women's Month, of course, so of course we'll be celebrating and commemorating some phenomenal women this week and every other week in August actually. You're in for a treat today, so please be sure to stay tuned. I'll be joined by some legendary showbiz starlets a little later on. As we do always, let's take a look at local and international entertainment news making headlines this past week.
Changes and fears. When will they go from here?
American soul jazz singer Macy Gray, renowned for her raspy voice, is set to perform in South Africa. The I Try hitmaker will take the stage in Johannesburg on Saturday, 8th October 2016, at the upcoming Delicious International Food and Music Festival. Local jazz maestro Hugh Masekela has also just been added to the lineup, taking to the stage at the two-day festival on Sunday, 9th October. Previously announced to perform at the festival on Saturday, Amikasa, De La Soul, Arrested Development, Elements of Life featuring Louis Vega, Lisa Fisher, Josh Milan, Anan Vega, Monique Bingham, Adva Busi, Kalo, Lizito and Contero. For Sunday, the lineup includes The Jacksons, Elements of Life, Roy Ayers, Lyra and Judith Sipuma. Essay drama The Wound aims to challenge narrow depictions of African masculinity. An international film festival, Rotterdam Hubert Bals Fund selection, currently in production is The Wound from South African filmmaker John Trendz. The project has also now been selected for the Venice Film Festival's 2016 film market, newly renamed the Venice Production Bridge, which runs from the 1st to the 5th of September. According to the filmmaker, when he started writing The Wound, he was frustrated with very narrow depictions of African masculinity in cinema and wanted to push back against some of the homophobic attitudes held by many across the continent. A cappella group The Soil will say goodbye to their stand-in vocalist Theo Machoba with a tour. When lead female vocalist Buhlem Da announced that she was taking a break from music to focus on her ancestral calling earlier this year, Machoba stepped in. With Machoba's stint as leading lady coming to an end, The Soil will welcome him back this week, with both vocalists performing at the Experience The Soil tour in East London and Port Elizabeth next month. Vocalist and beatboxer Lupinda Nkanga said it was a bittersweet to see Machoba go, but they were ready to have their first lady back. Having recently returned from France, The Soil are now preparing for performances in Swaziland, their local tour next month, and a Madagascar performance in September. Their next album has Nkanga more excited.
Now, for centuries, Ethiopians have traditionally produced their own textiles by hand in their homes and worn their own homemade fabrics. Women spun and wound the yarn while men did the weaving. As modern textile production threatens to overtake this tradition, one company in Addis Ababa called Sabaha is trying to keep this alive. Coletta Wanjohi visited their factory.
Over 100 Ethiopian men and women come to work in this factory daily. They all have traditional skills in textile production, passed down from older generations.
Weaving is done in specific ethnic groups. Like, for example, in the south, they concentrated in one place. So mostly they know each other. So if you tell to someone, they will tell to their friends and they will bring them. And if we think his skill is good enough for us, or if we support him a little bit with training and those kind of things, we hire him. And that's how we find. The spinning also is the same thing.
Just like in the past, women do the spinning and winding of cotton, wool and silk yarns. Ethiopian silk is still new in the market. The silk used here is bought from farmers in local villages. Demand is so high that the company is now encouraging their workers' spouses to keep the cocoons and produce the silk at home, which they then sell to the factory. The dye used to give color to the yarns comes from natural extracts, including coffee and tea.
In Ethiopia, just what we get is mostly the safflowers. So from those safflowers, we get the yellow color, and also we treat in some systems to get also the pinkish color. So we can get two colors from those flowers, pink and yellow colors. And also we have some such like wood leaves, and we treat them to get different colors. If we increase the temperature, we get the sage colors, and if we decrease the temperature, it's green like. And also we use mostly the onion skin that we use for food or like that, and from that we get we call it konja green.
They are then hung out to dry and later passed on to the men who do the weaving. The weaving is all done on hand looms. A weaver can produce between 3 and 5 items a day, depending on the size, the colors and the design of a particular product.
If you come to more electronic machine, it is difficult to make every designs, but the production is high on the electronic machine, but it's difficult to get that machine, it's costly. So if you compare to those, if you come to those hand looms, it is easy to get the machine to produce the fabric, and then it takes time, but it's easy to produce the very attractive and nice clothes.
The final products range from hand towels, beach towels, bed covers, scarves, dresses and tops to chair covers and cushions. Silk is much more expensive than cotton and wool. For now, Sabaha's production is mainly for export. It sells 70% of its products to 19 countries. Coletta Njoi for SABC Trendz in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Now, Kliptown in the south of Johannesburg, where the Freedom Charter was signed in 1955, will host the second Gasi Food and Drink Festival on National Women's Day this coming Tuesday. The food festival, which fuses South African food, drink, culture and heritage, will see many stalls and entertainment bursting with an all-female lineup, which will include the likes of Miss Cosmo, DJ Zintle, Lerato Khanyago, amongst many others, and Busi as well, to celebrate Women's Month with a bang. Now, I'm here with the event organizer, Sugar Smacks. Welcome to the studio.
Hey, how are you?
It's been a while, man.
Yeah,
You've been behind the scenes, obviously cooking up things like this for us women. Thank you, first of all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you. Just tell us, for people who don't know that this happened even last year for the first time, tell us, how it went down and what they can expect this year.
Gasi Food and Drink Festival, it's the second year. As we said, it's just a celebration of South African food and culture. Unlike most festivals whereby it's all just about whatever, Ours, we make sure from the entertainment to everything that we're proudly South African,
Yeah.
And when we talk about Gasi, for us, we talk about not only is it a township or anything, but if me and you bump into each other in Cape Town and from Joburg, when we speak to each other, we'll say, hey, Nkumbule Gasi, meaning Joburg as a whole. If we bump into each other overseas and we're like, hey, Nkumbule Gasi, it means South Africa as a whole.
Yeah.
So that's why the name Gasi Food and Drink,
Right.
Last year it was on Workers' Day,
Okay.
And then this year it's going to be on Women's Day.
On Women's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And the lineup, my goodness, great DJs in Miss Cosmo.
Yes.
What are they going to do? Do you know if they're going to do anything that's different to what their normal sets, are?
Look, I don't know what they've got in surprise for us, but I'll tell you this, Busi is coming with her full band.
Wow. She's an amazing performer.
Yeah, she's coming with a full band. She said she wants to show Soweto love, and show the people love, so she's doing that for us,
Right.
And then, we do have other DJs, Refilwe Moiloa and everyone else that will be pushing on the day.
Fantastic. And was it difficult for you to fill up, a lineup of just women entertainers?
I think there's still so many more women that we haven't put on, you know.
Yeah.
But if we had an endless amount of funds, we could do that, But unfortunately we don't. So I think it will also give us time for next year and other days, and then we'll see. It might not be on Women's Day next year. It might go back to the 1st of May. It might. We'll just see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay. And you've worked, obviously, ever since the start of your career in music, you've worked with many phenomenal women over the decades. I don't mean to give away your, history in the industry. But so who are some of the ones who've made a lasting impact for you personally, even professionally? Just those women who you've taken, a few of their pearls of wisdom with you over the years.
There'll be many. I've had many great relationships with many women in the industry. Some highlights without being I don't want to be prejudiced or anything, but it'll obviously be Relo, because worked with her. She's like one of my sisters.
Yeah.
I think Monewa, you know, I was just so proud to see a young lady because she was featured for the first time, introduced through one of my songs, you know, Take It Easy. But she took that thing and she ran with it. You know, she was already getting a little buzz, but she ran with it. So I was like, wow, kudos to you. And then, of course, very good relationship with Lira as well, you know, from squatter camp days, doing Eskaleni, and then seeing her go through lots of things and come back hard as well. So these are the people that I've seen. I'm seeing, like, you know, women are active, they can do this thing, they take it and they run with it, you know. And those just a few Dineo kids who I've got the pleasure of doing a TV show with together, you know, and just getting into that with my perfect proposal. So it's really been that journey. So on this Women's Day at Kasi Food and Drink, we want to celebrate these women. There's a lot of women that will be selling, you know, through the stands as well.
Let's talk about some of those, you know, Bumama Bakukasi, who will be there celebrating their own, you know, traditions and you know, all through their lives.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've got another lady that's going to be doing Mohodu raps, you know. We've got
Mohodu raps?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we're looking forward to some of that.
A little bit of the old fuse, but things.
So we're going to see, we've asked all our vendors to do something that's got a South African flair to it, you know. So all that we need now is for everybody to make sure that they go to CompuTicket, 80 Rand per ticket. Everybody must just buy. Come through Women's Day. We've made it 80 Rand, so it's very affordable for you and the whole family, free for kids under 7.
Okay, great.
You know, there'll be child minders on the day.
Oh,
you know.
Fantastic.
So
will there be a kids play area?
Play area.
Transport for people who, you know, might have issues with it is a public holiday.
Look, it's a public holiday. The best transport is probably a Zebra cab or an Uber, you know.
Okay. Or carpooling.
And of course, carpooling. There's a lot of public transport going in and around that way as well, you know. So definitely, all we're saying is that come through 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Kasi Food and Drink, 9th of August, Walter Sisulu Square. Tickets at CompuTicket. Don't miss it. We had fun last year. Check out our Facebook page.
Okay. What's the handle for that?
It's at Kasi Food and Drink.
Fantastic.
You know, check out the Facebook page. You'll see the video. Check out our Instagram, our Twitter, at Kasi Food and Drink on all the platforms. And you can get a vibe and a feel of what it was like. So we want you there. We're doing this for the people.
Food, merriment, all of that will be
just
there.
come hang out with us.
Fantastic. We hope to see you back here telling us about your music and whatever it is that you're cooking up. You're doing a lot of different things nowadays.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll be here for the music. Straight after this festival comes out, the music is ready to go.
Thank you so very much, Lebogang Sugar Smacks. A pleasure to have you here. Thank you for what you're doing and this festival as well.
Well, happy Women's Day to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Stay tuned after the ad break. Trendz is back with more.
That was great.
What's wrong with Triple M? What is illegal here? Who is being defrauded here, Trevor?
It is about the best interest of the citizens of this country.
But the citizens are the ones who are playing, who are members or participants in this. If you put in 15,000 Rand, after 12 months you get 1.2 million Rands. I mean, who wouldn't go for this?
Watch Question Time with me, Mpho Tsedu, Monday to Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back, you're watching Trendz. Now, Africa is known as a cradle of creativity, heritage and vibrancy, and that's precisely what Africa Fashion International was designed to showcase. Kicking off next week from the 10th to the 13th of August at the Nelson Mandela Square in Sandton, north of Johannesburg, this year's Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Joburg Spring Summer 2016 collections will be bringing the best of Pan-African design talent to Johannesburg. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having
Talking
us.
about AFI, Pleasure to have you here. And so just, let us know what is it that, other than what I've just read, what will be happening at this year's 2016 summer collections and what to expect. What's on trend?
So at the moment, what we're really excited about is, as you mentioned, the Pan-African aspect, which we're having a show on Saturday, which is dedicated to our Pan-African designers. We are also showcasing our young design talent and emerging talent in our AFI Fast Track Showcase, which is on Wednesday night and on Saturday afternoon.
I want to talk about that. That's so interesting. The AFI Fast Track, you've been a part of the program. Just tell us, the highs, the lows. What is it that, they've put you through your paces, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about your experience.
Well, it's been very, very exciting, but also like little time and just big super rush, but it's been a learning curve and can definitely take a lot away from this experience.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about your collection. What is it that we can see when the models go up on the stage?
Okay, well,
on the ramp. Sorry. Yeah.
I've been paired with Minnie Dlamini and we did a collaboration.
Nice.
And we decided on a tennis-inspired collection. So it's a bit sporty, but also very sexy and sophisticated.
Okay, I can see Minnie in that kind of. Okay, great. And so with other designers, talking about this, is that how it works? The fast track where with the collections they've been paired with a celebrity or some figure? Oh, this year.
So this year we kind of changed fast track up a little bit. We've got our 3 fast trackers and they've been paired with, as Taylor said, she's paired with Minnie Dlamini. We have Chesney Williams who's paired with DJ Zinkler.
Right.
And then we have Buddha who's paired with DJ Tira.
That's Busiso Malete.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So he goes by like the design name of Buddha, which is really interesting.
Okay.
So they're doing a menswear collection, kind of edgy, a little bit of play on fabrication, textile, really exciting. And then Chesney and DJ Zinkler have gone for kind of like a street style chic rocker meets bohemian, so it's really exciting.
Definitely, I see DJ Zinkler already.
So this is the first year that we've done this because we actually want to retail these collections. So it's kind of the ramp to retail collections that we're going to be,
which sometimes is a little bit difficult when you go to your fashion weeks to say, but could I really wear that in real life? You know what I mean? Because things have to be functional and you need to be able to wear it and just get on with life.
And also sometimes you see it on the model and you're like, oh, that would never look good on me. So our main focus with their designs this year, and obviously Taylor can elaborate, is the ready to wear aspect, having it that people can sit at fashion week, see something that they love and know that it's something that they could integrate into their wardrobe, which I think is a very big trend at the moment in fashion as a whole. There are obviously the designers globally and locally who will design for the ramp, and that's who they design for, and they have their private customers that they design. And they have those 2 separate entities. But in fashion trends with the industry, there's a lot more of the commercial going down the runway as it will be sold to the customer.
Right. Well, Taylor, bringing you in on this, I mean, I then maybe get a feel that your range is a bit more like athleisure, and that's why the tennis, but is it just a sporty kind of range, or you rock this anywhere, whether it's
that's the nice thing about this range, is that we've actually made it sexy and also a bit sporty. So if you want, you can wear the garments with some heels, you can wear it out, and it can be quite nice and sophisticated, but then as well you can wear them with your sneakers and for like a casual day out.
Oh wow, fantastic. And what else? I mean, there's a long list of designers. I don't even know which show to go to or which to not go to. What are you looking forward to this year?
I think this year what's really impressive is we have an extra day of Fashion Week. So we have our 4 days where usually it's 3 days. The Pan-African aspect, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Africa has to offer, and also it's really exciting to be able to offer the Pan-African designers the South African market.
Fantastic. Who are some of those? Who are some of the designers who are coming from all over the continent?
Okay, so it's a long list that the Saturday show has.
Just a
couple. Okay, so we have designers. I know that Shipishi, who's from Mozambique, they're showing on the platform. They're not showing on the Pan-African Day. I think that we're going to be releasing all the names of the Pan-African designers as Fashion Week occurs.
And
then there's also the trunk show aspect. We're calling it the All Access Fashion Designs brought to you by AFI on Sunday.
Break that down quickly.
Okay,
what does that mean?
Basically, we're offering the Pan-African designers and some South African designers the opportunity to sell at Fashion Week on the Sunday. So people can come to the show. If you love a designer, you know, there is the opportunity that maybe some of the collection will be there. I kind of think that they'll be bringing stock of what they have and other things, so that you don't just come to Fashion Week to showcase a collection and then go away. You come, you showcase, you create hype, and then you sell, which is a really fun aspect, and that's open to the public on Sunday. I think it's from 2 to 6. Or maybe earlier.
Geez, so much goes into AFI year after year. It keeps getting bigger and better. I mean, it really is one of those calendar, you know, events that you really, really must make an effort to be there for. Thank you so very much. What are you looking forward to? What's next for you, Taylor?
What's next after the show? Wow, there's just so many opportunities. I don't know. I definitely want to look into starting my own label and going forward with that and making a name for myself.
Fantastic. I'm sure we will be looking out for you with your range that's coming out, and I'm sure you can do a whole lot more. You know, it's bound to be, like I said, one major lovely event. Thank you so very much, ladies, for your time. And next week, when does it kick off?
The 10th to the 13th.
10th to the 13th.
Yes.
And
Nelson Mandela Square. So we've actually
at
got a tent, and our venue is in the square.
Fantastic. Lots of space. It is the exact kind of place where Fashion Week needs to be. Thank you so very much, ladies.
Only a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Now, ahead of its November release this year, Warner Brothers has already confirmed a fantastic Beat sequel to release in 2 years' time. Have a look.
The second movie in the Harry Potter spin-off series Fantastic Beasts will be released in November 2018. Hollywood movie studio Warner Brothers said this week, promising much more on the horizon from the Boy Wizard franchise. British author J.K. Rowling will write the script for the second movie as she did for the first, and David Yates, who directed the last 4 Harry Potter films, will direct, Warner Brothers said in a statement.
We've done the first one, she's written the second one, she's got ideas for the third one. So they, no one quite has ownership of them yet in terms of having a relationship with the material other than the relationship they'll have with the movie when it comes out. So it's sort of lovely in a way. We're not, you know, when we adapted the books, you would always have to leave out things that you hated leaving out because they didn't quite work within the structure of the storytelling for the movie, or the movie would just be far too long. With this, it's just pure Joe from the first page to the last page.
The movie, yet to be titled, is part of a 3-movie deal based on Rowling's book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, a prequel to her best-selling Harry Potter books. The first movie, starring Erie Redmayne, will be released on November 18th, 2016.
Nice one. Now, a Cape Town-based think tank, Creative Nestlings, is helping young African artists and innovators churn out new and creating artistic ideas. The organization, under the leadership of entrepreneur Dillian Piri, is a space where young people from disadvantaged backgrounds get together to collaborate and explore different forms of art. Have a look.
Based in the mother city, Cape Town, this think tank showcases the work of emerging writers, designers, photographers, musicians and other artists. Members pay an annual fee of 750 Rand for the experience they gain here. Founders of Creative Nestlings say they started the organization to assist especially black emerging artists find their feet.
I think a lot of young people from the disadvantaged backgrounds are starting to really be able to express themselves easily because of internet culture, right? So now they're saying, okay, wait, you won't let us in the door. Guess what? We're going to create our own doors. We're going to create our own rooms and stuff. So that's what we're seeing a lot of. We're starting to see a lot more. Even agencies now are starting to catch up to that. Even brands are catching up to that. It's like, okay, wait. Instead of us going to find another kid coming from the same school, same background, there's a kid out of the township that actually is doing amazing stuff. Let's work with that person. So we help create those kind of opportunities for those young people.
Carl Ndebele is an emerging music producer. He is one of a few artists who have gained a wealth of knowledge from Creative Nestlings, but still believes that such organizations are needed if young black creatives are to succeed.
I feel like African people, black people in general, colored people, have always been part of the creative space. It's not something new. We've always been creating. It's just that we were closed out. Whereas now we're starting to create our own opportunities where we don't need to be put into certain institutions and things like that. So a place like Creative Nestlings is here for that reason, that we're not going to go beg to other people. We're going to get it done ourselves as best as we could.
As a multidisciplinary agency, Creative Nestlings invests in ideas focusing on urban youth in Africa and the diaspora. They have formed their own cross-continental think tank and online platform called The Next.
Stay tuned. After the break, Trendz is back with more laughter, music and legends. You don't want to miss out.
From the moment you start your day.
My biggest question is how I got myself here on time. Yeah. This is so early for a comedian, I gotta be honest.
We are there for you. We bring your morning into perspective.
As news breaks throughout the morning.
Is an investment into the future of the airports company, but also the future of our children, the future of our country, the future of the transport sector.
We'll make sure that you get the full story.
Give us quality music.
Load shedding. Listen, this winter.
It's a thing of the past.
And you can count on the weather team with expertise.
Join us live at 6 a.m. daily.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. So as I said, we have some legendary women who are going to mesmerize us all in studio in a little bit. To give you a little bit of a clue on who we have, one of the two legends, have a look at this little tribute.
Sunlight on your face. You've been content to let me shine.
you will be watching and hearing from Mum Abigail Kubeka in just a little while. Before that though, with it being Women's Month, we do know, and what better way to kickstart the month and its celebrations than with an all-women comedy tour spearheaded by stand-up comedian Trendz Moiloa, who's here with me today. She's razor sharp and she's hilarious and funny, and the Komashu-born comedian will bring you an eagerly awaited brand new show called Laughter is the Best Medicine, and it will feature other comedians as well. I'm so glad to have you here, Trendz. The last time you were here, the studio was absolute raucous, lovely as it was, with about 6 amazing other female comedians. Welcome back to Trendz, and just tell us about this particular show and what you've been doing over the past months.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yes.
I love being here. I've been doing more and more comedy because I believe that laughter is the best medicine.
It is.
People need to laugh.
It is.
I'm actually going to start a campaign where medical aid insurance companies are forced to pay for their clients to go to comedy shows.
Nice. Nice. I actually do believe there is, I mean, it's been tried and tested over many years. I think even psychiatrists will attest to the fact that laughter really is the best medicine, and it can help, many people with a myriad of other diseases. Okay, fine. So let's talk about, this is happening today. State Theatre, you, Lihle, Lindsay Msimang, as well as Kanye Sabunu are getting together.
Yes.
My God. Just thinking about the three of you. Wow.
Laughter is the Best Medicine is my one-woman show, which has been on tour. And actually tonight is the last night that I'm doing that particular show.
Okay.
I usually do it with a male friend of mine. But then I thought, since it's Women's Month, let me honor other women.
Rope in other women, yes.
And
fantastic. Why Lindsay and why Kanyisa?
Because they are funny.
Well, yeah, sure. But I mean, just in terms of their styles, all of you have different styles of comedy.
Yes.
So what is it about the other ladies that you admire, that you said, you know what, actually, they will add and complement my style as well?
Because I like their honesty, and I believe that we all have, comedy is truth, and we all tell our little truths when we do our comedy. And I just enjoy seeing women working together. Because people always think, they're going to fight, there are more women doing comedy now. There's no way they're going to work together. We're going to see who's going to win. But we want to show them also that we are working together. Just because you're supporting me doesn't mean you mustn't support Celeste. Just because you support Celeste doesn't mean you mustn't support Dumi. You don't have to choose. You can support all of us. So it's going to be nice for people to see us working together, sharing the same stage.
Yeah, talking about Celeste, she's also just had, her run with her 2 days with her one-woman show. Fantastic. And I mean, after this, though, you're not resting. Women's Month is a busy month for you. You're traveling. Tell us more about that, where you're going and who you'll be performing with.
I'm going to be doing First Ladies of Comedy. It's going to be a tour that we're hoping to take to not just the world, even to Mars if they invite us.
Sure.
I'm doing it with Dumi Morake. And our MC will be Don Sandega King.
Nice.
Most people know her as Umangobo of Uzalo or Umamezala from my skits.
Wow.
And it's just gonna, I'm looking forward to that show. I'm looking forward to the show tonight. First Ladies of Comedy.
And what are some of the themes? Okay, I mean, I think this week with, a very politically charged week, that's at the forefront of many people's, minds. But what else, can you give away just 1 or 2 little topics that you are, maybe discussing in your set?
I talk about a lot of things. I talk about everything. That's why I always encourage people, bring your enemy, bring your friends, bring your mother-in-law, because all those things that you wish you could say to them, I will say them to you. I will say them for you. So, and I talk about from funerals to saving anything. I will talk about everything. And I will especially talk about elections. Because
it's big, it's current, it's now. Big. As you say, comedy is not a joke. It's just the manner in which you obviously, bring across whatever it is, be it as important a subject or even, as funny or hilarious as it is. Okay,
and
fantastic.
I will definitely talk about number 1. And also, we need to stop these people in Parliament taking over our job. They need to do their job and leave comedy to us. We got it covered.
You've got it covered. I definitely agree with that. Thank you so very much, Trendz Moiloa. Social media, where can people get details of both events?
Facebook, it's Trendz Comedy. Twitter, Instagram, at Trendz Comedy. If you don't know about my comedy, go to my YouTube page, and I'm sure you'll take all your savings and buy for the whole neighborhood to come to the show.
Nice one. Thank you so very much. Trendz mostly talking about Laughter is the Best Medicine, happening tonight at the State Theatre in Pretoria, and then off to tour with Dumi Morake. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so very much. Okay. And now the Venice Film Festival revealed a star-filled lineup for its 73rd annual edition, featuring top Hollywood names and directors in a wide selection of US and international movies. The world's oldest film festival, which starts on the 31st of this month, will open with Damien Chazelle's La La Land, starring Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, a musical romantic drama about a jazz pianist who falls in love with an aspiring actress in LA.
City of stars, are you shining just for me?
In competition for the top prize are 20 films, including Anna Lily Emopo, The Bad Batch, a black comedy about canicles in a Texas wasteland, and fashion designer Tom's Ford thriller Nocturnal Animals, featuring Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Adams. Serbian director Emir Kusturica will also be vying for the Golden Lion Award. Other films in the main lineup include German director Wim Wenders, Canadian filmmaker Denis Villeneuve's Arrival, and Dutch director Martin Koolhoven's Brimstone. The film festival's director said he was pleased with this year's selection.
Yes, I'm satisfied, of course. I'm very satisfied. It wasn't easy to put together a list of good films, in some cases excellent films. I think we have some unexpected movies in Venice this year. And there is a balance. And there is really a sort of a balance that we try to get from the big Hollywood films and author films on the other side.
More than a few to help us fight. What a bunch of misfits we are. You know how to shoot that thing?
This year's festival will be dedicated to 2 directors who recently passed away. The festival will close with Antonia Fuqua's The Magnificent Seven, showing Denzel Washington in a modern remake of the classic about outlaws in the Old West protecting a town from thieves.
As the excitement builds, I did say we have 2 amazing, legendary starlets who are with me in studio today. Well, we're about to meet them and chat with them in a little bit. Here's the clue on who the second amazing woman is. Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. Now, Phambili Siyaya Arts is days away from presenting a melodic production called Divas of Kofifi, played by 3 young performers who will take us through the paces of the highs and lows of the divas who stuck to music in spite of all the myriad of challenges from the 1940s. We went over to their rehearsals. Take a look.
Upon stumbling across an incomplete manuscript by her father, Zawazi Jakimbata took to the challenge to complete the story of the lives of 3 legendary divas of Kofifi, Thandi Clausen, Abigail Kubeka and Dorothy Masuka. With the help of an elderly gentleman who witnessed the destruction of Kofifi, Mlindelwa Babs Dix Nkosi took her through the memories and highlighted the early lives of these remarkable women.
For the auditions, we had to choose music carefully to test if these ladies, the prospective candidates, have the required range in terms of voice. For me, that was very important. It comes naturally. You don't have to force your voice, but also you have the talent to act. So we tested all those elements.
I just play this little role where I show the life and times of Mam Dorothy Masuku from when she moved from Bulawayo to South Africa, being exiled, returning, Sophia Town burning down, breaking down.
I will be playing Abigail Kubeka, who is one of the most prolific female icons in South Africa. She was a triple threat, which means she was a singer, dancer, actress. She was well known in South Africa and overseas. She studied from Mam Miriam. She entered the industry at the age of 16. Her story is absolutely incredible, and the cool thing is that these women are still alive, the women that we are paying tribute to. And we can go to them and ask them questions, and sitting with them and learning from them has been such an incredible experience. And it's nice that they get to see us saying thank you, Siyabonga, for the music that you've given us, for the history, and for putting South Africa on the map with our own music. It's really incredible that we get to say thank you to them for that.
I can see showbiz.
I'm playing Thandi Mbambane Clausen. She's still rough. Not that in a bad way, but she speaks her mind. She doesn't take no for an answer if she doesn't want to do the thing. She loved shoes. She loves shoes. I think we're the same there, because I love shoes, and it's such a great part for me to play. I am learning a lot about Mam Thandi, things I didn't know about her, but now because I'm playing her character, I'm starting to learn a lot about her, how brave she was, how I don't know what to say, how feisty she was, even the way she sings this thick vibrato. She's an amazing woman.
I can help you. Initially, from the start, we wanted it to be fresh. We didn't want it to be just a story. We wanted to add elements where people are not expecting any, they don't know the story really. So I think as a whole, the process just brought forth that freshness of a new production.
Catch this musical production on stage at the Market Theatre from the 11th of August, where the Divas of Kofifi will have an opening performance with the young divas.
And the time is finally here to get to talking to these amazing women. I'm now joined by the divas of Kofifi themselves, living legends, Mam Dorothy Masuku, Mam Abigail Kubeka, and director, of course, the incredible Princess Mhlongo, to talk to us about the spectacular production. Ladies, welcome. My gosh, ladies and grannies, thank you so very much for being here. This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you very much for having
now,
us.
It's a pleasure. It's only a pleasure and a phenomenal way to start, Women's Month, looking at your lives through this amazing, amazing stage production. Tell us, first of all, Princess, tell us how this all came to be. I mean, the idea that you had, you've directed, quite a few things on stage, and why in particular the stories of Mum Dorothy, Mum Thandi Klassen, Mum Abigail.
Well, when I was approached by Phambili Siyaya, and they already had a concept and they knew who they wanted to honor, and I mean, it was obvious, and they brought me involved throughout the script writing process.
Right.
But Bongile wrote the script. It was a difficult process because they've lived and given so much.
Yeah.
So
and how do you truncate that all into how long is the production? 90 minutes?
It's an hour 30. Yeah.
Jeez,
and what do you tell? You know. So there was so much which makes the show even more exciting. The music alone,
of course,
the stories, that Thabo Ma have shared with us, which we then put together into this production. Now they've been talking. They're like, Mara, what are these people putting together? But from the stories that they've given us is what we've put together into this beautiful musical.
Wow. Between the both of you, I mean, when you then met with Princess and Phambili Siyaya and they said, listen, we want to put your life story on stage, what was the feeling? Did you give them carte blanche literally to say, my entire life, let you record? How did you choose which parts of yourselves to give? Because you've already given so much through your talents.
Yeah, we have given almost all our lives.
Yeah.
And then it was like, but we've done that before. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Else?
What else? What do you think you're going to come up with?
Yeah.
And then they told us and they said, sounds different and exciting.
Okay.
Because this is more live.
Yeah.
We've been honored before all over the country.
Yeah.
But doing a show about our lives has never been done before. So this is the first. And I think we're very excited and looking for, and especially that we're going to be working with the young ones, the up and coming ones.
Yes,
the fruits that we've been, the trees that we've planted.
Yeah.
Now we're going to enjoy the fruits.
to see them.
Cheers. Mum Dorothy, when you saw the character who will be playing, or you haven't met, but when you then heard about the young character who will be playing you, what was your first honest thought?
I am so happy. I don't have the words.
Yeah.
But it's so wonderful to see a young Dorothy.
Right.
I did have a glance of her.
Yes.
She looks like me when I was 12 years old.
Fantastic. Yes.
And the voice, she has the voice too,
Yeah.
And I am pleased that this is happening whilst I'm still alive.
Yeah. Yes.
So that if there's anything I must correct, I will do it now. This is the time. I want to thank the Lord that she must be blessed. She must behave like me.
Yes.
Because I'm an old fashioned. I'm typical of an African mother.
Yes.
Who doesn't do certain things.
Right.
And that little Dorothy looks like that. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wow. And just, but I mean, in your lives off screen, off the stages and all, are you ladies still friends? Do you see each other? Do you
She's my twin.
She's a ball.
Really?
I want to trade her in. I'm sick and tired of her.
And just what are some of, we obviously don't know your lives outside of what we see on television and stages.
If she doesn't see me for 3 days, she panics. And
she's there.
When I don't see her, I get sick.
Sure.
We're family.
You've lived through so much.
Oh yes, we have.
You've lived through so much. And when you look though at, from your earlier days as teenagers who were so into the arts and everything you've had to negotiate, families, careers, relationships, politics, to now, what's your take on you lived through so and when you look at life in society and the arts now, what are your thoughts?
We're from very, very far together. We're from very, very far. In fact, what is really happening here is that my very sister, the one I come after, she is more than that. Because being on stage together, being together in the theater and everything, she knows me better.
Than her family.
Even if I was behind some wall and talking, she can tell the expression on my face.
Right.
So same here.
That's how well you know
yes,
each
that's
other.
how much we know each
That's
other.
fantastic. And just the fountain of youth and fashion and style that you are. My goodness. Decade to decade, how does that keep going?
You know, style never changes.
Yeah.
Style never fades.
Yep.
It doesn't go away.
Yep. It's a circle, it's a wheel.
It's the fashion that comes and goes.
Yes.
And we sometimes sit and just look at everything. It's like we're watching a movie,
right.
you know, and
saying,
going,
this is what I used to wear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's all coming back.
Yes.
That's it was there.
It was there, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. The big earrings,
yes,
the hair styles, the high heels.
Yes,
it's amazing.
The only thing that must come back is the figure belt.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know, because we used to be 18 inches, 22 inches.
Right.
And that's what we used to call figure, ne?
Yeah.
And not but figure, meaning the waistline.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. And you ladies, I mean, Ma'am Abigail, I saw you from a distance at the Softers, and I will never forget the heel you wear, and you almost always do wear heels.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
You put us to shame. I mean, we are the all-star generation. And no, but nowadays, you know what I mean? You hear that, no, it's bad for your back, you can't always do heels, but you go on stage and you perform and you act in those heels. Really?
It is my life. I always say I was born in those shoes.
Yes.
I was born in high heel shoes. Although now I've got a little bit of a problem because I had to remove my corns, bunions and onions.
But I'm sure, I mean, that's about the only old age little, niggles that you have.
The challenges of
it's the golden year niggles, not old age, excuse me.
No, it's just the challenges of life, you know, they've caught up with me. But I think I'm still there.
No, we couldn't agree more. Princess, I mean, just now, this few minutes that I've been here, it's so amazing. The pearls that you take away from Abu Mama, like, tell us about that, just hanging with them and just that fountain of wisdom, youth, everything.
Every second, you know. When I speak to them, I remind them that, you know, we're losing so much history. And this is so important because we start to archive, you know, and have access to that history, you know. And because they're still here, you know, the reach is like every second. Stories that come out, they don't even realize that they're telling stories and flashing back, you know. So it's really been so rewarding. It's like an experience that you'll never forget.
Let's put a pause on the conversation. I want us to have a look at a little bit of a link from a young lady called Kanye.
I would definitely think that being an African woman and being forced out of certain places, land, you know, constantly having to travel, not to find yourself, but to be accepted. That's tough, you know, but the beauty in that is that wherever she went, she wrote. And that's how we got all of this amazing music. And I think the very thing that was her curse, traveling, was in fact a blessing, because then not only did she travel, but her spirit traveled in Mam Miriam, in the music that was sung abroad. But I think it's just sad that you are kicked out, you know, ostracized by society for being who you are.
Wow. Thoughts?
Who's this young lady?
Yeah, we were
Kanye.
ostracized.
Yeah.
You know, we had no identification. We were just objects.
Jeez.
But we fought.
How did you? What was it that, you know, formed that indomitable spirit to say, despite everything that's going on outside in this world?
It's the strength
of a woman.
The strength we have, the strength you, me, everybody has within ourselves. That's the thing that keeps you going. That's your weapon, that God-given weapon. Nobody can take that away.
No one.
Never. So that's what kept us going.
Wow. And just, I want to link to, there's another soundbite by Kanye again. I want us to have a look at this.
There's one thing that I think was incredible that we learned about them. It's the fact that as women back then in the industry, they totally stuck together. There was no thing yoguti Umam Dorothy thinks Abigail competition or Miriam sees and goes, yo, there's a new young one here. I need to block her because one pala and she's prettier than me, and no, there was never such a thing. They were sisters, they helped each other out. A lot of the songs that made Miriam Makeba famous were written by Thandi Klassen and Dorothy Masuka. So that thing for them, even to this day. Abigail and Thandi are like this. All of them, all three of them, they are sisters. They still help each other out. Babizana Bontwana. They're proper homies, you know. And I think that was really, really cool. Their camaraderie as females is incredible. And I think we could learn that from them.
So many truths. Yes. I like that about how you guys still call each other Bontwana, you know? Yes. And that is so true though, how you guys stuck together. And what is it that, you know, young performers and entertainment professionals can take from that? What do you think when you look at, you know, the state that we're in? What would you say?
I say the youngsters, they are competing, you know. With us, it's not that.
But there's space for everybody. That's just the thing.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. You know, we were born to be what we are. And nothing can remove it. We didn't even go to school to learn this thing. It's something that we were born to be.
Right.
So having her next to me makes me stronger.
Yeah.
You know.
Strength in numbers.
Yes, it does. Yes. We complement each other.
Yes.
Dorothy makes me and I make Dorothy.
That's it.
You know,
that's it.
We're individual, very individualistic.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Because we're different.
Yes.
What Dorothy has, I don't have.
No.
What I have, she doesn't have.
No.
But that put together it's a bomb.
You know.
Wow.
Exactly.
It's a bomb.
So amazing. I am honored. I am so happy that this was how we started off our Women's Month, you know, broadcast of Trendz. Thank you so very much for coming through.
Thank you so
amazing much. Examples that you are to every kind of woman, whether it's in business, whether it's in entertainment. I mean, showbiz is you, looking so amazing still. So thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
We thank Pambili.
Yes, and we thank Pambili
for doing this for us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now
thank you guys.
I can die.
Thank you.
No. First we need the biopic. First we need the biopic. I did say we need a biopic of all your lives. Princess, for the work that you're doing as well, thank you so very much.
Don't leave you.
Princess Umhlongo, thank you so very much bringing together this production, which will be at the Market Theatre from the 11th of August.
Yes, 11th is already out, so just 2 days, 12
Oh
and
my
13.
gosh, wow. Yeah. It's definitely one to watch. Thank you so very much and stay blessed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now from these phenomenal women, I am absolutely honored to have had conversations with, to another whose memory will forever live in us. Dr. Maya Angelou once said, life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but of course by the moments that take our breaths away. Go out there and create your breathtaking moments. All of you, strong, determined, fierce, bold, and beautiful women watching today. Happy Women's Day for next week, Tuesday. My name is Refilwe Moiloa. Join me again next week.